All right, guys, we've done our lift competition. Um, John Deere just couldn't compete with our three brands that we carry here. It is their 2 Series tractor. You could obviously they have the 3 Series and up, and I believe they have a heavier loader possibly for this model as well. It could lift the 1,100-pound pallet before we moved the weight to the outer edge of it. 1626 could lift the 1,100-pound pallet with the weight extended past the center of gravity, but it couldn't lift much beyond that. It looks like it's smaller than the rest of the tractors here, but it is a bit deceiving. We'll walk around it and show you why in a little bit. The Kioti could lift for days. Really nice, beefy tractor. Good built-in weight, excellent hydraulics, goes all the way up to 40 horsepower if you need the extra horsepower. I think the LS was kind of the king of the heap when it came to lifting. It was just a brute. It's biggest physically as well. It's the largest. This is a 32 horsepower model. Outperformed everything else kind of quite easily. The 1635 is very good value in the 35 horsepower class. I think it's actually 36.8 horsepower, but it has no DPF on the engine. So that's a huge advantage with Mahindra tractors. They pass emissions without having a DPF filter, and you don't have to do that burn off cycle or, get derated or anything like that. So Mitsubishi built tractor with Mahindra engine. We've been selling them for years. They are a superb tractor. Didn't quite lift as much as the LS. Yeah, we already mentioned it was just a brute. The Deere here, everyone thinks, oh, it's a John Deere, it's the best, right? And that's not always the case. If you look at the front axle here, okay, it's really dinky for a 37 horsepower tractor. Look at this 24 horsepower Kioti. Just significantly bigger. Much heavier duty. Internals are going to be heavier as well. Then the Deere is going to have plastic hood. Okay. Metal is typically an advantage. Fenders and floorboards, all plastic. Okay. Could shatter in winter or whatever. Another thing I forgot to mention here on the Deere, which is quite surprising, this tractor only has a 2-range transmission, so it's high-low only, and pretty much everything else in this class is running 3 ranges with high, medium, and low. So got the fast speed, which is awesome, but no medium range to do your general work in. And then look at the tire size. Significantly smaller than the Kioti means you're going to get less traction, you get more slippage. You're just going to get less horsepower to the ground. The Deere sits a little bit higher, but it's really not much of an advantage. We'll look at the clearance when we wrap around the back too. It's really pathetic. The John Deere's got a really nice, fast, high-end speed on it. So for getting from point A to point B, it was definitely the fastest of the mix here. 3-point hitch is quite smooth, and of course it's got the Yanmar engine, which is just excellent. So then the 1626, also fully built by Mitsubishi in Japan, one of the top tractors on the market today. One reason that it's got an advantage stability-wise is the final drives in the rear end here. So it doesn't just have a straight axle. So you maintain your good clearance, but drop your center of gravity, so you got excellent stability. So one of the safest tractors on the market. Here's the Kioti, straight axles. So you do sit higher, This one has a little bit less clearance than the Mahindra. And then look at this John Deere. Like, you couldn't clear anything with that. It is so close to the ground, you'd be dragging constantly, especially if you know, you're in the trees and you got debris or a log that you drive over, you would definitely hammer that. Also, it's got the aluminum rear end on it, which we're never a fan of. It's much weaker rear end, lighter duty, as opposed to the cast rear end on all the other ones. I do like the fuel filler spout on the back. Mahindra has them under the hood, and you always spill on them, so that's a disadvantage in that. I wasn't a fan of the loader lever either. I felt it was too close to the seat, and my elbow was kind of jamming into my ribs. I do like it a little bit farther forward, which is an advantage for our other makes here as well. So that's kind of a look. And then, of course, look at the tire size difference between the LS and the Deere. I mean, you're not even close. Like, you're not in the same class. And the LS has got same years of warranty on it, much bigger, heavier tractor. We feel it's a much better buy than the green is. So that's kind of just a quick look. And here you're looking actually at the 1635. Again, you see the drop final drive, so you got that low center of gravity, excellent stability, safe to use on hills. Probably going to be your best tractor on hills, and that kind of great clearance as well. So kind of gives you just a very brief overview of the tractors we have sitting here today. And yeah, I would definitely love for you guys to come by, take a look in person, get on them, try them out. All right, see you later.